Okay, so let me just get these untangled. All right, so what we have here is a MIDI sprout, and it's a little biofeedback synthesizer. So these are little sensors, and I'm going to attach these to the tree. Now hopefully they'll stick. Okay, so these are these catch its just its subtle electromagnetic signals and biofeedback. I don't know exactly what that is, but
so in quantum science they're calling it the biofield.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Is what emanates from all of our physiology, and like it's a measurable frequency, so to speak.
Yeah, fantastic.
Biofield.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's what we can also catch. So this is using technology, and this helps a lot of people break that barrier to understanding that trees are conscious beings, and that because this really gives them a voice, but we can do a really similar thing without technology, just using our own bodies as technology.
Yeah, in the listening space.
Yeah. Okay, so turn this on here. Okay, hang on, I won't turn that on yet. I'm going to go here, and I have an app, and this is the MIDI Sprout app. And then when I turn this on, we're going to start getting signal. So first, Mr. Tree, I've attached these things to you, and if you'd like, I think you know what we're going to do, which is sing, or invite you to sing. And if you know how to play music, this is your chance. But it's going to make sound, so take a little while to get used to it. So I'm turning this on now.
So it'll make the sound that's...
Yeah, and that...
from the tree.
Big older trees like this, they have quite this slower paced signal. But younger trees and younger plants will have a really much faster paced signal. And they can also choose whether they're going to play or turn it off as well. And some trees are very creative once they get used to it. And other trees are pretty not creative. Just not actually very creative. other trees are. It's like listening to the most incredible jazz musician all day. Yeah. And they can change their songs from time to time.
The spirit of the tree.
Apparently 20 minutes of tree music is the same as 3 hours of deep meditation. Yeah. But the main thing that I love about it is that it helps you to connect with your trees and plants.
And all of the other life that's connecting with that. Because behind you, I'm watching an osprey fly in the sky, and it's just gracefully gliding over the tree tops. And then there's the butterflies. Things are really all in that song.
Yeah.
Is that like these other mob joining in now?
Yeah, that's it, because you can hear and you can see as well the other trees listening and engaging and looking.
And sharing too, but
Yeah.
we've got it, the connections here for
Yeah.
us to do this one, the girls. It's really beautiful.
And sometimes they'll take turns as well. So if I go around a glade and then listen to different trees or give different trees a chance to play at different times, sometimes then they will say, oh, it's not my turn, it's his turn. Or they'll drop a leaf on my back and let me know that they want to have a turn.
Makes me really happy.
Yeah.
It makes me happy for Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Because it's beautiful to be able to have something that can show an
I
Yeah,
from
like life,
yeah.
like there's a spirit in all things, and life is happening, and here they go, starting to drop some leaves down. This is so beautiful.
It makes you realize that everything is standing. You know, it's not floppy. Everything's absolutely to attention with creative life force. Yeah. And then when we interact with it, we become strengthened by it, I think. You know, it's like it sort of fills out your own energy field as well, doesn't it? Yeah. And when you look at the other trees and you notice their attention and how they're just standing there looking curious, and you know, it's that we're the same, you know, that attention, curiosity, sharing, love, all these things are part of creativity, which is part of what we are made of as well. Yeah.
And the relationships in these little family groups here. And my assumption is the root systems of support, interconnection, and like this tree behind you it's its own tree. They're all their own tree, but it's supported here and grown with them.
It helps you connect with everything, doesn't it?
It's the soundscape of a living story. And every shimmering leaf, every independent shimmering leaf, every swaying branch, every moving shadow. Every bud. Every train.
So I put this on my plants in my garden, and it helped me to get to know the trees in my garden. And one of them is a grevillea tree, and I put this on him and I lit up the sound, and he was like you know, like he was so surprised that he was making a sound, and that I'd done this thing where I could hear him, and he had this voice, and at first he was like, oh no, you know. But then eventually he was like, oh, okay. And then the amazing thing about it was that it had created that connection between us. So I'd said, I'm interested in listening to you. And here's a thing where I can listen to you. If you have something to say, please say it. And even though he was like, oh, what's this thing that you've put on me? He's like, oh, okay, she wants to actually engage with me. Okay, so now we can talk. And I only put it on him once. I should call him her now because things have changed, but for the beginning part, he was he. I called him Neville the Greville because I thought that he was a really grumpy tree, but you know, with a beautiful heart. But the thing was that activates our emotional intelligence, which we don't normally give credit to, because in Western society, you know, in the sciences and in the law courts and what have you, emotional intelligence is not really given credit. It's and intuition is also not given credit, and these things are also traditionally poo-pooed as women's knowledge, or you know, these kinds of things. People are always like, oh, well, that's not really real, and it actually took me a while to get over that when I started this work, even in myself. So, but the thing is that when you look at it, that emotional language is our first language. That's how we relate to our children. We don't speak for the first parts of our life, and often at the end of our life as well. And some people don't speak, obviously, all their life. That's how we relate to our animals, it's through the language of the heart. And that's exactly the same way that we relate to the earth. So it's really actually very easy, and everyone can do it, even though you might think, oh, this is a thing that you need to have a machine like this, or you need to be a special person. You don't. It's actually our first language. So once my tree knew that she could communicate with me, then they started talking to me. The plants in my garden started talking to me. And when I'd get out, you know, the tools to go and do some pruning, I'd sort of feel this tap on my shoulder, excuse me. And they would show me that there are better ways of doing things. And from tuning into the trees, then I could feel the life force in trees and understand, you know, when my plants are calling me to feed them or to pay attention to them, or they want me to prune them here or there, but not there. So now we have that dialogue in my garden. It's really nice.
There's a story, a true story that an elder shared with me recently about a big old tree, and it's in the way of something the council wants to build. And people were protesting about this tree going to be cut down. And have to die. Might be a little bit big to comprehend, but when we're listening to the tree, listening to us.